Good evening and welcome to this broadcast of the FCS Boys Varsity Basketball Team here in the Alumni Gymnasium. Tonight the FCS Patriots will be playing Champagnat. Just a quick little introduction. My name is Marco Vaina.
And my name is Louis.
And we will be calling the game for you guys tonight. Out there for your Patriots, we have number 1, Joey. Number 5, Davin Hernandez. Number 3, Fabian Quintana. Number 11, Amari. And number 2, Jose Amat. We are currently waiting for our roster for the Champagnat Lions. And number 34 for the Champagnat Lions will take his second free throw. Cannot get that one to go, and that is a foul on number 34 for shoving Amari Singleton.
And Amari already into the first quarter with his first start as a varsity player, already trying to prove his athleticism and to prove that he may be able to stay onto the varsity starting lineup.
And that is number 2, Jose Amat, with the open 3 at the top of the court. We got number 1 feeling it out a little bit here. That's a quick pass to number 11 for the Lions. He's driving, cannot get that one to go. And number 34 will attempt to rebound it, but will be met by Joey, and it will be out on the Patriots. Lions ball. Quick pass to number 21, who's open at the top of the court. Number 1 continuing to feeling it out. And that will be an illegal screen on the Lions on number 24, fouling number 11, Amari Singleton. Davin Hernandez inbounding this one to Amari. Amari bringing it up the court. Pass to Jose Amat. Amat driving, passes it to Singleton. Singleton feeling it out. Open 3 from Quintana, and he drills that one home. And something that we're seeing right now, which is typical in high school basketball, is a lot of full court press, and that is due to the fact that there is no shot clock in high school basketball. Number 21 for the Lions. Number 1 driving, and puts it up through contact, but not good. Joey driving, and that is a nice, quick transition layup for Joey, the senior. 1 bringing it up the court, and that's a one-on-one right there. That will be a personal foul on number 1, Joey.
Negative that comes with all this athleticism and no 24-second violation is there is a tendency of fouling, and they really got to be careful for that, because that could cost them fouls to give, and that would just give them easy points to get on the line.
Of course, you do not want to be careless with your fouls and give them a bonus opportunity early. And it will be Patriots ball. Davin Hernandez inbounding it to Amari Singleton. Louis, what are your thoughts on this Patriot team and seeing Amari Singleton in his first time starting for the varsity team?
Well, you could see he's been looking really comfortable. It's like as if this is just any quarter for him. He already knows the plays. He already knows what to do. This is just a little bit earlier towards the game. And with his athleticism, with all these key important ingredients that he brings to the team, this could be probably a permanent start for Amari.
And we'll definitely be keeping an eye on the junior, number 11, Amari Singleton, to see if he can maintain a starting position for the varsity team. But yes, I would have to agree with you, Lewis, that just seeing him in the other varsity games, he was a key bench performer and got his guys going with passes and with good drives to the cup, converting on those.
It's good having him starting the game so they can just have the flashiness and just the consistent defense up on the court and saving their powerhouses like Jordan and Alex Vieira, who can just come in off the bench super refreshed, ready for more, to bring in the heat.
And that is the senior, number 1, Joey, on the line right now. Made his first attempt, and he will go for his second attempt here at the charity stripe. And gets that one to go. Inbounded by number 24 with a quick pass to number 3. Number 3 bringing it up the court. Transition pass to 24. That is a high lob pass, but they're able to recover. Number 1 to number 34. Quick indoor cut by number 24. Pass from 34, but gets fouled on that one. Number 24 will make his first appearance at the line.
And you could see the frustration on Coach Doan, telling him, we've done this play before. Like, you know what to do. And with this is just going to bring easy points for the Lions.
For sure. And again, like we talk about, definitely one of the goals of every high school team is to be careful with the fouls that you're giving. Number 3, Fabian Quintana, will be subbed out with number 35, the senior, Alex Vieira.
One thing we see in these Patriot games, one thing we see in these Patriot games is Florida Christian will bring in the energy, and towards the second quarter, they kind of lose that energy, which gives the other team perfect time. But right now, before school ended, we talked to Coach Doan about, what are some key things to win the game. They said, Coach Doan responded, we're just going to keep this just like any other game. We're going to come in with what we know, nothing surprising. Just Florida Christian basketball, and I can't wait to see that coming in for the next quarters.
Number 11, Amari Singleton, will be subbed out with number 30, the junior, Jacob Holcomb. Davin driving up. Pass back out to Davin at the wing. Open 3. Banks that one home. And the Patriots having as great a start as possible, with the score currently 13-0, 3 minutes and 54 seconds left in this first quarter.
Wow.
Both teams, 3 fouls. Let's see how productive they continue to be. Early on already, we've already seen something that is common for any student to see, or any fan of the Florida Christian Patriots to see, which is a lot of threes flying already.
Yes.
And just to expound on what you were saying with Coach Doan earlier, we had talked to Coach Doan right after school, and we had asked him if they had any specific game plan coming into the game. He told us that they hadn't really seen much of Champagnat, but that one of the main things that they always strive to do and that they would continue to strive to do is to just get better, and that they would do whatever it is that they could to make sure that they grab the win and to get better as a team. And Jose Amat will intercept that one, driving up the court, and that is a nice layup.
Number 34 for the Lions could be a problem considering his height difference. If you look at the height difference between him and Alex Vieira, it's substantial, and this could be an easy way for the Lions to just get in.
And it looks like there will be a travel on number 34.
One thing the Lions cannot do is they cannot give in to these foul calls, which will just cause more anger, which will just cause them not to to score more. And that's the opposite of what they need to do right now. They need to get in. And luckily for Florida Christian, they've been consistent on the threes and their passing, which the last game I commented, Archbishop McCarthy, was something that they struggled on. So it's really great seeing them through all this practice, through this long break, they finally, figured out what they were working on.
And Davin drives to the hoop and gets fouled on that one. And we will see number 0, Nick Mate, and number 13, Jordan Guerrero, subbing in for number 5, Davin Hernandez, and number 2, Jose Amat. And that pass looks like it was tipped by number 21 for red, but the referees will rule it as Lions ball. Inbounded to number 1. And it looks like there will be a foul called on number 30, Jacob Holcomb, on number 11 number 1, I'm sorry, as he was bringing it up the court.
It looked like there was a little miscommunication there with on who's guarding who. Luckily, though, they've worked it out.
Number 2 feeling it out, drives to the cup, was not able to get that one to go. And there will be a foul called on the drive, and number 2 will head to the line for his first time tonight.
And number 2's free throw won't go. We'll see if he can put some scoring on the board for the Lions. Right now the score is 15-0. Your Florida Christian Patriots are up. And no good on that one. Hopefully, when the Lions come back on offense, they can figure out what they've been working on. And a traveling call has been called.
I would just like to address something very quickly. Unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, we were not able to obtain the Lions roster, but we will do our best to continue calling this game. Number 2 feeling it out at the top. And Nick with some great defense, and we see a pick situation. Pass to number 3 to number 34. Number 34 puts it up, but no good. Rebounded by number 21. Number 3 drives, passes out. And it looks like there will be a foul on the play.
I think it was on Jordan.
I couldn't tell if it was called on Jordan or on Joey. Either way, it will still be Lions ball. And that will be a foul called on number 13, Jordan Guerrero.
And even though they have no points, the Lions are giving the Patriots a bit of frustration here with most of their starting lineup coming back in. Joey Brown will come out as the only one that was in their starting lineup.
Yeah, it looks like their starting lineup has been substituted back on the court, with the exception of number 55, Alex Vieira. Davin bringing it up the court. Quintana driving, out to Vieira. Vieira driving, back out to Quintana. Vieira with the ball again at the wing. He's driving. Quick pass out to Davin. Davin to Quintana in the corner for 3, and bang! Guess that one home.
That is something comfortably that he can do with or without a hand in his face. That was phenomenal.
And as Coach Doan has said, Quintana is easily the best shooter on the team. And that 3 just settling that reputation even more. Rebounded by 11. And there will be a foul called, and Amari Singleton will it looks like, inbound the ball. It looked almost like a shooting foul, or at least Amari tried to sell it as a shooting foul, but it was just a common foul. Quintana with a fake pass. Out to Singleton. Singleton driving with a Euro step attempt, but no good. Number 3, bringing it down the court, but is met with heavy defense by Singleton. And that is a good drive by number 3, but no good. Rebound, Vieira. Vieira to Hernandez. Hernandez with the quick pass to Amat, but could not get that one to go in. It looks like that was almost going to be an alley-oop attempt.
Didn't recognize the height differential.
That was an entertaining little play there. And that was some pretty good ball movement by the Lions, but that pass getting bulleted too fast, and the teammate not able to catch the ball there.
So one thing the Lions need to work out with, it's their rebounding and their passing. They've been doing phenomenally coming down the court, but they just can't get the finishing. I hope after this quarter they can go sit down and talk about that.
For sure. And for those of you at home, the score is currently 0-18. The Lions with 0 and the Patriots with 18 points. 22 seconds left on the clock in the first quarter. The Lions have 4 fouls and the Patriots have 7 fouls. Both teams have used a timeout already here. And something that you were saying, Lewis, that I would have to agree with you is the ball movement and the lack of scoring for the Lions. I mean, clearly, which comes from the lack of ball movement, and just the passing is not there, like you said. Something that they got to work out now in this timeout, and now for the second quarter is figuring out ways to get mismatches, setting guys up, and just executing with good passes.
Right now, what the Lions need to work out on is the rebounding. They've been getting no rebounds with athletic guys like Alex Vieira and Davin Hernandez just swatting the ball out, just making sure that all the smaller people in the Patriots can just get the ball and just move on out of there.
Yeah, they really got to do a better job of rebounding and getting the boards, because I don't know that I've seen more than 5 rebounds on all of their drives, so that's something that they definitely got to work on. Singleton inbounding. Pass to Davin. Davin able to reach that one. Quintana with a quick pump fake and pull-up jumper, no good. Alex Vieira with the rebound, but blocked. And number 2 for Champagnat will step out, and it will remain Patriots ball. 10 seconds left on the clock.
Alex Vieira with the amazing athleticism. It's just something you love seeing in a teenager, if you will. He's playing almost at a college level, which is really fun to watch. Just seeing him go up and above, just dominating both ends of the court. And here with the end of the second quarter, Marco, the second quarter is crucial for the Lions right now, just to get that first half points. And one thing that they need to work on, as we said, was just rebounding and ball movement. But right now, the Patriots scoring 20 points. I'm excited for the second quarter.
So am I. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I come to Florida Christian School, and I'm biased towards my team. So it's been really, really nice to see shots go down for the boys here at Florida Christian. I mean, they've been as efficient as you could ask for from a team. And they've just been the better team right now. I mean, they're out-hustling and outscoring clearly, as you can see with the score being 20-0. They're out-hustling and outscoring Champagnat. And something that you were talking about, the athleticism of Alex Vieira, it really is fun to see him go up and to see him jump as high as he can and get those rebounds, something that he definitely takes pride in. Starting in the second quarter for the Florida Christian Patriots, number 30, Jacob Holcomb. Number 5, Davin Hernandez. Number 13, Jordan Guerrero. Number 2, Jose Amat. And number 3, Fabian Quintana.
The only negative I have to say about Florida Christian is right now the Lions are at a bonus, so they really got to watch out for their fouls. If not, that could bring in the easy free throw pointage for the Lions.
Yeah, those easy free throws are not something that you need, and something, again, that we had said, and I mean, as you can see, they already have 7 fouls, is that they need to be careful not to get into foul trouble, because that is something that can make or break a game down the stretch if these guys are able to catch up. And number 32 bodying his defender and getting to the cup. That was a pretty nice post spin. Davin feeling it out, trying to set something up for his guys. Ends up driving with the open lane and gets an easy lay-in.
Really glad being able to watch this Davin Hernandez show, even though his scores aren't really as amazing as, you know, one would hope to be. It's just fun to watch. You know, his flashiness, just the way he handles the ball, it's really entertaining.
And that is a nice open corner 3 from number 2, Jose Amat. And it is very fun to watch Davin Hernandez. I would say you have a guy who's a guard who gives you some size in the backcourt. He's athletic. He can jump and get rebounds for you. He can drive. He can score from beyond the arc. He can do it all for you. He's a guy that grinds and puts in that effort, and he can really just do it all for you. Just a great all-around player.
And it seems like number 32 in the Lions is doing exactly that, scoring another point for the Lions. And I guess this is something, as Coach Doan had explained to both of us, they don't know the Lions' way of playmaking. Right now it's working in their favor, but as you can see, they're clearly not a 3-point team, as we just saw number 2 miss the 3, but they are aggressive and they can get into the board just like that from number 2, who had missed a shot and now just put it back up.
Jordan Guerrero driving, goes for the layup, gets contact on that one, but no foul is called. Intercepted by Jose Amat, number 2, and gets a nice lay-in. And that it looks like it will be a timeout called by Champagnat. And number 32, a big guy, and he's just able to body his defenders and get nice layups and score in the paint. And like you had said, as we can see right now, it looks like Champagnat is not a perimeter-oriented team at all. They've barely taken any three-pointers, whether because of the defense of the Patriots, because we have some pretty good defenders, or just because they just didn't feel comfortable with taking the shot. I mean, there's been some opportunities for them where they've been open behind the arc and they just haven't gone for it. So as we can see so far, not a perimeter team, and they can get into the boards, but we have some pretty good defenders, and we've got some guys who are willing to put in the work and just play like gritty basketball and deny the points in the paint, as we can see. Score is currently 29-8. Your Florida Christian Patriots with 29 points. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Number 2 feeling it out at the top. Pass to number 32. Out to number 10 for the corner 3 contested. No go. And Jacob Holcomb with a pass that strayed into the bench and knocked over one of the controls there for the scorers table. Number 2 feeling it out at the top.
Heavily guarded by Fabian. And number 32, it seems like he's getting double teamed. the Patriots are realizing this guy is important. This guy can be devious when he is on the paint. We need to watch out for him.
And that was number 11 for the Lions, who just made that three. Pass out to Quintana. Quintana to Amari. Amari with the drive, blocked. And it will remain Patriots ball. I personally really didn't like the way that he chose to go with that play. I think Amari should have settled with the nice three-pointer attempt. Whether he scored it or not, I know that he can shoot. I mean, we've seen him and his ability to shoot. I would have gone for the open three rather than the close bucket with 2 or 3 defenders on you.
Exactly, I agree. But coming with that, when you're driving, you look forward to, can I get the foul and can I make it, believable? And unfortunately, that didn't work out for him. That resulted in him being fouled. But luckily, it worked out in the Patriots' favor as Joey Brown is now shooting a free throw right now.
And we are seeing some really great traps set by the Patriots, by the guys and the Lions in the backcourt, making it really difficult for them to bring the ball up in transition.
And you could see the late pass from Alex Vieira resulted in them losing the ball, but luckily got it back. And Alex Vieira just came back from the bench.
Joey Brown trying to back down his defender. Pass to Mate. Quintana for corner three. Bang!
Solid, straight, steady shooter, already providing more than enough threes. We're not seeing the end of him. This is just going to keep on coming if the Lions are going to leave him open like that. Steal from Brown, from Vieira for a dunk. No, just a layup. You could see Alex Vieira really wanted to get in that dunk, but he'll settle with the layup.
And that is another quick layup by Vieira off of the interception by Mate. And this Patriots team is going right now. They are working right now. Score is 39-11. 6 fouls on the Lions, 7 fouls on the Patriots. Patriots doing a better job of not committing those needless fouls here in the second quarter.
And now the Lions are now almost to match with the Patriots now at the bonus, but just 1 foul under. And one thing that the Patriots are consistent with is their speed to bring the ball into their side. And that comes with, just perfecting plays, just nonstop practice. Marco, you and I see them, even during the last periods, just them just working out those shots, just them working out these plays. It's truly amazing seeing these plays just formulate and work out in their favor.
For sure. And it also comes with conditioning, and you really have to hand it to Coach Doan and Coach Matt for keeping these guys athletic and in shape with all the drills. And that is an open shot by Mate. Kaboom!
Love seeing the hustle from Amari Singleton. He was down on the floor and he kept himself up and gave the assist, and that was a truly great play from Amari. If you just, add the detail to it, that was just Amari being Amari. Amazing, consistent.
Definitely. We've seen from Amari his defensive consistency and his defensive grit and how active he is on the court, with always trying to make something happen for his guys, and you really got to admire him for that. Amari bringing it up the court. Tries to get the layup and draws the foul.
And it seems like on that foul, on that free throw over there, number 32 for the Lions really tried to get in there, trying to get the ball, but Jordan, being of height, got the ball, which is one thing that the Patriots can get, is their height difference is just amazing. It's really fun to look at because Jordan, not being the tallest guy out there, but just his athleticism could just bring him so far, and it's truly again, we've been saying this multiple times throughout the streams and streams before, just to acknowledge their athleticism is just amazing to watch.
Definitely, and I mean, Jordan Guerrero, the tallest guy on the team, I believe he's about 6'4", 6'5", and something that I want to bring a little bit of attention to is you look at the way that the Patriots play, and you can tell that they are comfortable with each other as a team and comfortable here in the Alumni Gymnasium. And something that Coach Doan had mentioned to us in previous conversations and previous interviews was that this team has been together for a while. This team, the guys on this team have been playing together for 2 to 3 years. They didn't really get any new additions besides Joey Brown over the summer and at the beginning of the year. And so that definitely helps with their team chemistry. And something else is that all their guys came back a couple inches taller, and that is an amazing play by number 0, Nick Mate. He can get really hot for you behind the arc and is able to drain the 3 and gets the 4-point play opportunity.
What you were saying before, their teamwork is just amazing. It's so fun, you know. Seeing Davin, who's on the bench, is of no matter for the Patriots because all their teams, every member has a lot of value to their team, and it's really fun them not relying on just one person. You can just see anyone can just have an amazing game, and more people can.
Yeah, and all of these guys have a little bit of facilitating skills. I mean, you look at everybody's passing ability, and from the big guy Jordan Guerrero all the way to some of the smaller players like Mate and Amat, they all got some good passing skills, and they all have some good basketball IQ. Jordan went for the putback there, but that was a no-go. And that is some good defensive presence by Jose Amat, being able to tip the ball out, which will result in a bad shot by the Lions. Amari bringing it up the court. Looks like he wanted to drive there, but wasn't able to get it. A nice-looking Euro step, but was not able to get that one to go.
One thing the Lions need to work out on is they need more people on the paint. If they're going to be shooting more on the paint, they have to be more consistent on the paint.
And that is a miss by number 32. Oh, and that was a long pass by Singleton, but no good as it's intercepted by number 2, but then stolen by Amat with a nice, oh man, that could have been awesome. Nick Mate wanted to lob that up for Alex Vieira on the alley-oop. That would have been an amazing play to see off of the transition bucket, but no good. Singleton bringing it up the court. Pass to Mate. Mate with the open 3 from the corner. Bang! Gets that one home easily. Making things look easy. The Patriots consistently making things look easy from behind the line and in the paint, drawing fouls.
Truly just fun to watch. Up now 33 points. Even though they're up 33 points, you can still see Coach Doan a little mad and, you know, still as if they're down 33. This is just fun basketball to watch regardless of the point differential.
Yeah, and like you said, a 33-point difference. We've got 16 points for the Lions and 49 points for the Patriots with a minute left in this first half. Really impressive stuff. Just really impressive stuff that we've been seeing.
And coming in for the first time in this game, we have junior number 20, Marcus. And Marcus, haven't seen him as well, but I do know that just like Joey Brown, he is consistent down the paint, and he is nice for teamwork, and he is just amazingly consistent.
Yeah, and he's another good player who's good in the post and who is pretty consistent beyond the arc.
For high school, being 6'3", you just have that, you know, usually as centers, they're just more consistent on you know, just getting boards and just getting, you know, what they need to do, doing their job. Davin here making another free throw. But going back to Marcus, number 20, he is just really fun to watch.
Number 2's bringing it up the court. Patriots are having an amazing game here at Alumni Gymnasium.
A little miscommunication there from the Lions, which will result in Patriots ball.
Something that's not so important that I always like to mention whenever I'm up here, I always look for the guy on the court who's got the flashiest shoes, which would tend to usually be my favorite. And we got Davin with the Kyrie remixes, and that's an open three by number 2 Jose Amat. Again, just making things look easy from beyond the arc.
I'm also admiring number 2 for the Lions. Got the purple and light blue. I like his shoes.
Yeah, the purple, the purple upper and the light blue translucent sole. those are some nice shoes too, man. Looks like there was a little bit of a miscommunication there, and Marcus will get the pass. Realize that Amont was there open in the corner for the 3, passes it back to him, but no good. And we are here at the end of the first halftime. We will be right back with you for a quick halftime discussion.
Miss Reese.
And we are back. Once again, welcome back to the this stream of the Florida Christian Varsity Boys Basketball Patriots team. I am Marco Vaina,
And I'm Louis Covertier.
and we're calling the game for you tonight. So just I wanted to ask you, Louis, some questions about the half. What were some things that you really liked seeing from the Patriots?
Well, it's obvious their athleticism, their flashiness of the way that they move the ball around, and the way that, although sometimes it can be a one person just driving it down to the paint, but you could see that their teamwork and the way that they move around the entire court is truly phenomenal to see. The way that they communicate with each other with just, hand movements is just proves, even though they've known each other for 3 years, they've kept a consistent team, and it's really fun to watch.
I definitely have to agree with you there. I mean, my favorite aspect of this team is just the unselfish basketball and the consistent ball movement that we see from them all the time. I mean, you just look and whenever a guy is open, you see them not hesitating to give up the ball to another person who's got a better look from beyond the arc or wherever it might be. And it's just really a testament of their teamwork. And, I mean, you look at the score right now, just to recap for you, those at home, the score is 54-16, your Patriots leading this game. And both teams evened out with 9 fouls, but the score, I mean, you look at their teamwork, not to mention their individual scoring ability. Well, I mean, if we wanted to talk about that, we'd be here all night talking about each and every one of these guys and how qualified they are. But really just their teamwork and how consistent they are from where they shoot and recognizing who's open and who's got the best shot. Something that I want to see them do is not slack off and to continue. I mean, Coach Doan has told us that it doesn't matter the score. It's not about running up the score. It's about staying in the flow and staying consistent and putting your all into every single game, no matter what, because we've seen huge leads both in like just pro leagues and here in Alumni Gymnasium. We've seen huge leads flip-flop with the Patriots leading and then losing the game at the end because they got laxed, and the opposite, fighting for the comeback and then getting it at the end of the game. What do you think that the Lions need to work on for this second half? I mean, we can go over a lot of things. I mean, we don't want to roast them, but let's. I mean,
well,
look at the score.
Some key points. We'll focus on key points that they need to work out on. Right now, in the first or second quarter, one thing that they weren't consistent with is, although they weren't a perimeter shooting team, they were still, spaced out as if, they were ready to. But one thing that they do need to work on is, in fact, them closing in their offensive, their offensive, tightness, and but still still maintain to space it out. They had their big men on the perimeter, which was, just something that you need them for. You need them down on the paint because just to provide rebounding and scoring. Another thing that they need to work out on is, as I said, rebounding and just consistent plays. They have to keep on working with themselves. They are giving Florida Christian a hard time, considering that they have the fouling trouble. Florida Christian too has fouling trouble, which is something Doan was talking to them about. And one thing that I do want to point out is what you were saying, how we can go on with their individual scoring. One thing that I love about watching the Florida Christian Patriots is, although they have prime stars like Brown and Hernandez, it's not just their era, it's a Florida Christian era. It's, everyone is contributing. This is going to be, something, yearbooks and, history can come to. They can only go so far if they just keep consistent with it. One thing that me and Mr. Swindle, the last game that we did, was they just got to be consistent, and consistency is what they need to bring into the second half.
Couldn't have said it any better. Let's head back to the court. Let's get the live footage of the court back on the stream. And this game, the second half is starting now. We've got Singleton at the top. Quick pass to Quintana with the sidestep three. Was not able to make that one in.
And the Lions finally put back number 34, who is one of their tallest players, or I think is their tallest players. And what he could bring is layups and fouls like that. Number 34 looks a little shaken up there. Hopefully he can loosen up, because he does look like a key player for the Lions, being, of height and of skill and speed.
Something that I have yet to mention that I will be mentioning now is this stream is being brought to you by FCS TV, a student-run organization here at Florida Christian School. If you like seeing this kind of content and like seeing us cover these different games or whatever, and would like to see us continue to grow as a unit and as an organization here at FCS, and build a good reputation and legacy, we would encourage you, if you feel moved, to give us a donation of whatever value you feel is that our stream is worth, and that you feel comfortable with donating. We would greatly appreciate it. It would go towards better equipment, better equipment in general, and would upgrade the value and the crispness, so to speak, of our stream.
One thing, I don't know if you just saw it, Marco, but right now, Florida Christian just lost the ball right now, and they just gotta, all these silly mistakes that they gotta make up for. It's just something that, can make or break the game.
Number 2 bringing it up the court. Amat with some nice defense. Quick pass to number 11, and that's a mismatch. Amat on number 21. And Amat with some nice defense, tipping the ball there. And that is Quintana with a nice ball tip to disrupt the flow of the Lions.
You can tell that the Lions, being disrupted with their flow, is causing them not to be as consistent with their scoring. That what we've seen mainly when they have the ball and their flow is kept up, they've been able to rack up some points. And right now, this is just something that they need. And a traveling is not what they need now. A traveling on number 2. This is just one of those silly mistakes that, you just got to keep on moving forward. Don't let it get to you, because if not, the game will get to you.
And that will be a foul, and Singleton, it looks like, no, I'm sorry. Joey Brown will inbound the ball after the foul. Davin running. Corner 3. Was not able to get it and hits it off the glass. Joey, it looks like, trying to set something up for his guys. Will instead go for a nice drive and layup, bringing the score to 59-20 in this ball game. Amat with some great defensive effort. We've seen this play being run by them. Back out to their guy in the 3, and is able to bank that one home. Looks like number 11 is this team's, most capable three-point shooter. Davin with a nice drive there, but was not able to get it to go. Amat up the court. Davin, nice layup and one.
That was a hard foul there, but he just came up just looking like nothing, looking like he's about to start a game. It's really fun just seeing Davin, and as you pointed out, Marco, with the nice shoes, can just add to the game. It probably added a little, you know, just a little strength to him.
Oh, man. Interesting. Something that we haven't really seen from the Patriots much is putting all their guys back to get some nice transition defense there. That's a good call by Coach Doan. Number 2 is bringing it up the court. And in the second half, we have continued to see the Patriots bringing on some heavy defense. And that is number 34 for Champagnat with a nice post spin to get that layup. Quintana to Joey Brown. Joey to Davin. Davin to Quintana. Back out to Joey. Joey with a nice hesitation. Trying to break his defender down with his handles. No good.
What a fun matchup that was with Joey and number 34 from the Lions. Over there in the last play that we saw, you know, number 34 was giving Brown a hard time with the lockdown and with just amazing scoring from 34. And now with the struggle, number 34 and Brown is an amazing matchup to be watched.
Yeah, and you cannot mistake Joey for being a slower guy just because he's bigger, or less skilled just because he's bigger. I mean, just a couple games ago, we saw Joey pull out a crazy move on his defender from the corner with a hesitation, walk up, and back step, like a step back from the corner 3, and was able to drill it in his defender's face with no problems.
Wow.
He is definitely a guy that you cannot mess with, and you cannot let him get into his rhythm because they will make you pay.
One thing Mr. Swindle and I acknowledged was the last game that we streamed was we saw him, we noticed that Joey Brown does have a slight comparison. Like, I want to know your take on this, that he has a slight comparison with LeBron James. The way that his athleticism and the way that he can defend is truly a similarity.
I think I would have to agree with you a little bit, just the way that he moves and the way that he's very comfortable and dominant with the way that he moves. I would have to slightly agree with you there. And on that play, number 11 for Champagnat getting the corner 3 on that one. And then Singleton bringing it up the court and was able to draw the foul, and will head to the charity stripe.
It looks like the clock is still going. I hope the referees notice that the clock is still going right now.
And it looks like the clock will continue to run. And we have reached the end of the third quarter. That quarter went by fast, and that came from the lack of fouls. Singleton will go for his second free throw attempt and did not make that one. Start of the fourth quarter. Score is currently 65-31. And this game, the Patriots have just completely taken over and shown the Champagnat Lions whose house this is.
Even though that wasn't, you know, even though the point differential is far out of reach for the Lions, although 8 minutes is 8 minutes. One thing that was good that I saw in the third quarter was their scoring. They finally came out and scored, and you know it was kind of sad to see how we saw that in the third quarter and not in the first two, which, you know, it looks like they have a lot of potential, just didn't get it in time.
And to begin the fourth quarter, we have on the floor for the Patriots, number 35, Alex Vieira, number 20, Marcus, number 0, Nick Mate, number 13, Jordan Guerrero, and number 30, Jacob Holcomb. And this is a little bit of a mismatch here on number 2 with Alex Vieira guarding him.
You would think with Alex Vieira's the way that he looks, he's a slow player, but in reality, he is a fast, all the way down to the court player. Noticing the conditioning, courtesy of Coach Doan, formed Alex Vieira into a fast slasher, yet a great playmaker. And Alex Vieira, I love seeing Alex Vieira. He's probably a great player that I love seeing for the Patriots. And it's just fun watching him come up almost to the half court with amazing defense and yet drive all the way down to the offense. It's really nice to see.
And Alex Vieira, again, like you said, make no mistake, he may look bigger, but he's definitely not slower just because he's bigger. I mean, if you're not careful, it's easy for him to go coast to coast and get a nice transition bucket, possibly even a dunk, which stings the defense more on a transition bucket. And that is another three-pointer from number 11 for Champagnat. This kid has kept these guys in the game. And Alex Vieira with a attempted Euro step, but no good.
And the flop on 34 won't go unnoticed. Just so you know, with this bird's eye view, we caught that. I want to point out that play with Alex Vieira, that was a nice Euro step, just didn't get it to go.
And that is a nice indoor cut by Jordan. Vieira to Mate to Marcus. Marcus from the corner was not able to get that one to go. Number 2, feeling it out. Marcus with a nice steal.
And it looks like something, I think, a traveling on the Patriots. And you could see Coach Doan with frustration. I don't know if you heard it down there on the stream, but he said, "Can we please get some passes over here?"
He said, can we pass the ball or no?
Even though they are up, even though they have the very high hand, he really wants this to be a well-oiled machine throughout the entire game and just be consistent, just like Jordan with the nice layup. He's been a little quiet with the scoring, but finally came back out. Although some players can be quiet on the scoring, there are other players in the Florida Christian Patriots that can just help with this team and bring them to what we see right now, 67-34.
And it looks like there will be an intentional foul called on number 20, Marcus. Not sure what they're calling here for the offensive foul. Did not see any contact.
And this has been, I just want to highlight, this has been, for the Lions, number 11's game. Regardless of the score, regardless of the situation that they're in right now, this has been his game, from the three-pointers to, well, the missed free throw, but hopefully for the next one, this has been truly a game for number 11.
And he is not able to make any of the technical free throws given to Champagnat. And it looks like there will be a timeout called. So still trying to decipher who called it. And it looks like it will be a timeout on Champagnat. And as this game begins to wind down, score is 67-34. Patriots have been dominant all night. 4 minutes and 12 seconds left in this ball game. Right now on the floor, we got number 13, Guerrero, number 20, Marcus, number 0, Mate, number 35, Vieira, and Jacob Holcomb. I can't really make out the number of his jersey right now. Forgive me.
Right now for the Florida
30.
Christian.
Number 30.
Right now for the Patriots, they're putting what it seems to me more of the more leaning towards the taller people besides number 0, which is Nicolas Mate. And this is something that sometimes you can or cannot see. That before in the third quarter they had about like 3 shooters, I think, but now they're leaning towards to probably bring it down the paint.
And honestly, in my opinion, I believe that we just have these guys out on the floor right now because I think Coach Jones recognizes that this game is winding down, and with the Patriots firmly in the driver's seat, I think he wants to get his bench players a little bit more time now and rest his starters because there's no need to get them injured. And the Patriot bench is a deep bench. Let's not undermine the skill of the bench. I mean, you got guys on the bench like Alex Vieira, like Jordan Guerrero, like Nick Mate, who just intercepted the ball right now. And it will be brought up by number 3.
A nasty fall on Marcus.
Number 32 from the corner 3, airballed. And that is Vieira. Vieira to Marcus, Marcus to Jordan, Jordan to Jacob. Jacob driving. Not able to get the layup to go, but does draw the foul indeed.
One thing that kind of on the negative side that with this more tall ball, as I like to call it, offense that they're playing with the Patriots is there is hardly a lead with a point guard, with someone to bring down the ball, but someone like Nicolas Mate, although he is a small, sharp shooter, isn't really type of the more of a shooting guard and not a point guard. But for the Patriots, this is of no matter to them, regardless of who they don't have and who they do have. They can still come out and just bring what I call Florida Christian basketball.
Yeah, and we, like we said earlier, Coach Doan and Coach Matt really make sure that all of their guys can do everything well enough to where they're going to have the most success on the court. And that comes with, like we've recognized, the overall facilitating skill of the entire team, really. I mean, there's not really a guy on the team that we've seen play who's got bad passes.
Yeah, and it's just excellent coaching on Coach Doan and Coach Matt's end, how even though a few star players can be out and somehow they can still rack up enough points, still bring out phenomenal defense, and it's truly a sight to see.
And that is number 34 making his second attempt on the charity stripe. Holcomb bringing it up. Quick pass to Vieira. Vieira out to Marcus. Marcus for 3, no go. Vieira pass to Marcus. Marcus to Quintana. Quintana to Mate. Mate trying to figure something out. Back to Quintana. Right back to Mate. Marcus feeling it out at the top. Quintana from the corner. Ball's poked, but he's able to get it back, and that will be a backcourt violation due to a difficult pass.
A little off topic, but I just want to acknowledge an award for flashiest shoe right now on the court to Fabian with the bright pink and orange. I'm sorry, I just had to acknowledge it since we were talking about shoes a little earlier.
Those bright orange Harden Volume 3s or Volume 4s, I can't remember which ones they are right now, but definitely his game tonight, with just his performance, is shining just as bright as his shoes, man. Hey, but we got a close second to number 32 with the Giannis's. Oh, Vieira missed the dunk on the quick transition bucket. That could have been something nice.
And Alex Vieira slow to get up, but you can see the no hesitation on him.
The fearlessness. And the Patriots will hold this one out in the final seconds of the game, and that is the game. And we have reached the end of the game. That is a ball game here at the Florida Christian Alumni Gymnasium. We'd like to thank you for watching. I mean, just a really great, dominant performance from the FCS Patriots, winning the game 68-36. Just an incredible game all around. I mean, You look at everybody who played tonight, and everybody who played tonight made a significant contribution to this team's final score. I mean, we can talk about it all night here. Unfortunately, we do not have all night to talk about things, and we're going to have to start wrapping up the stream soon due to some of the COVID protocols that we have here now in the gymnasium. But would just like to remind you at home that this stream was brought to you by FCS TV, a student-run organization here at Florida Christian School. If you feel moved to donate some money to the organization, you can do so at FloridaChristian.org. If you would like to see us, if you would like to see our stream quality improve and see us continue to cover the rest of the games, whether it being basketball or the different sports here at school. Lewis, do you have any final words to say before we wrap things up here, just about the game or in general?
Just a phenomenal game for the Florida Christian Patriots. Wow, just seeing every key thing that they rely on, you know, from threes to rebounding to teamwork to ball handling. It was just a work in their favor, just an all of the above. Amazing game, truly. Everyone was just consistent. A lot of people had a lot of highlights. This will be an amazing highlight game to show to scouts. This was, you know, truly an amazing game. I loved watching it.
For sure. Couldn't have said it any better. Signing